welcome to Gay Park once again here in Chicago, on Chicago's southwest side, and on beautiful summer's June's afternoon here, Father's Day here in the US, and all the best to all those poor old fathers out there. Long suffering Nicky. Me and you have yet to join that club, I think. I'm not sure.
Well, I'd say now Quinn we're safe at this stage, but anyway.
As in the Burden used to say to all the women at home, you're safe enough with Quinn. Don't know where he got that out.
Celebrating Juneteenth, then we are Father's Day.
Yeah, Juneteenth. It's a new holiday.
Don't explain. Well, can't explain what it means because we don't really know.
We don't understand it ourselves. Emancipation, says Mary.
Constipation or emancipation?
I'm getting constipated talking about it. But anyways, so we have first game of the day, folks, on Live GA today, sponsored by Guinness, is ladies' championship game between the Rovers and the Bridgets. The Rovers, Aaron Rovers, are in the white and black jerseys, and the Bridgets are in the red tops. So Bridgets will probably be fancied for this year's ladies' championship, but certainly the Rovers will certainly be looking to put it up to them, and starting with this game today. So they'll be looking for a big performance, I'm sure, out of their ladies. So the first point there was scored by Aisling Callaghan, so it's a point to no score to the Bridgets, and they turn the ball over in their defence, and away come the Bridgets once again, and it's down this side to Ciara Bridges. Ciara, daughter of John, of course. John managing the St. Bridget's team from Dublin, one of the greatest characters in GAA here in Chicago, and no doubt we'll be having a little drop of Magners with him afterwards. So Mrs. Bridges is heading for home on tomorrow, so we wish her safe travels, and hope she has a great time back there. So it's an exciting game, Nicky, so far.
It is indeed, yes.
Bright opening by both teams. Bridget's beginning to assert in around the middle of the field, and they're on the attack again with Ailish Rispin. Ailish just puts it to the left and wide. Yeah. Big day this morning at home, Nicky, in the senior championship. Some huge results, some surprises as well. We knew that there might be surprises, but probably not the ones we expected.
It was a very bad day for Connacht football. That's a pick off the ground there, by the way, by the number 7.
Yeah.
You can, no, I didn't know the rules, sorry.
Yes.
It was a very sad day for Connacht football. It's put it back a long way, and I think the chances that we're bringing the cup across the Shannon, any of the three of us, is very slim, I think, after today's performance. Yeah,
it was a funny day. I suppose starting with Roscommon, they were first up against Kildare. It was a game that they would certainly have been looking, as the Bridgets are on the attack once again. It's fed inside there to Aisling O'Mahony, and Aisling fighting for the ball. She gets it back, gives it outside to Ailish, and Ailish well blocked down there by the goalkeeper. Caitlin Fitzsimons there in goal for the Rovers. But a strange one is right. Roscommon against Kildare. Kildare certainly were up for this game, and they were very determined and very dogged. They're a big, strong, physical team, and I think they sort of out-muscled Roscommon for periods of the game, especially around the middle of the field. Roscommon had difficulty on their kickouts, but
Roscommon had 12 wides, which a lot of them were shooting from the hip, and a lot of them should have gone over the bar. So it's a game of fine margins. You have to be scoring at least 6 of those points that should have gone over, and
I agree.
Be a different game.
Yeah, I think
it's a bad wide there by the number 12.
It is. There's so little between these teams at that level, and the wide count was disastrous for Roscommon, and it's not something that we see about them too often. But Davy Burke afterwards was not happy, obviously not happy, and it now means, of course, Roscommon go on the road in their preliminary quarter-final, which is not ideal by any manner of means.
But anyway, used to the road anyway around Roscommon, so that wouldn't be too much. It shouldn't be a bother to you.
Yeah, that's one thing that we have in common. Is I do say to you several times, our house past your house, or your house past our house. Anyway, so that's Roscommon in the mix. Anyways, at least they're out of the group and they're in a preliminary semi-final or preliminary quarter-final, but it'll be difficult on the road, and we'll get to the other two teams. That's a tough tackle over there. We'll get to Roscommon and Mayo at different points during the game, but as you said, Nicky, quite rightly, disappointing day for Connacht football. All three teams edged out and not finishing in the places. Certainly Mayo and Galway would have been hoping to win their groups and get a week off, but that's not the way it turned out. And anyway, on we go with this ladies championship match from Gaelic Park here in Chicago, and that is another score for the Bridgets. It's a well taken score there, and Mairead Ruan involved once again, centre forward. A lot of play goes through Mairead. She's a fine footballer. And
it's the Galway connections she has. That's probably where she got that trait.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not the Wicklow side, anyway, I would hope.
Maybe if Mairead was playing for you today, you might have beaten Armagh.
She'd have scored some of them scores that was missed anyway, for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, on we go. It's a Rovers line ball, and Mary O'Boyle takes it. Mary gets it up along this sideline to Aisling O'Callaghan. Aisling now gives it to Aoife MacDonald. Aoife passes it off to her midfield partner there, Zara Quish. Zara outside to her centre back, Shauna Boyle, and that ball is intercepted and broken down. The attack breaks down and the Bridgets come away. But here comes Mairead once again. She makes something out of nothing. She gives it off to Ciara Bridges. Ciara now running straight down the middle. Nobody coming to challenge her yet. And she gives it off to Mairead. Mairead now with a right-footed shot, and it comes back off the post, I think. Comes back to Ciara Bridges. Ciara off the left, high, blocked, half blocked down. Oh, the wrong woman has it again as far as the Rovers. Oh, well saved inside. Mairead took a pot shot there, and Caitlin Fitzsimons, daughter of the great Fitzy, and Simone, makes the save in the Rovers goal. So score remains 2 points to no score, and here comes the Rovers now in the attack. Long ball given in, but nobody at home there, and it's easy pickings for Morgan Flynn. And Morgan clears the ball out the far side of the field, and it comes to Jenna Ryan. Jenna, fine footballer as well. She played last year in that championship winning team. Back out again this year. Ball fed long into Aisling O'Mahony. Aisling now takes a solo, runs hard at the Rovers defence, goes right through the heart of it, kicks it high and kicks it straight over the bar. Lovely score there by Aisling O'Mahony. And the Bridgets, Nicky, are beginning to assert a little bit here.
They seem to be at the moment they seem to have the upper hand.
Yeah, the Rovers just can't convert the possession that they have into scores. They have a lot of trouble, I think, just making that final pass, but this could prove fruitful here as it comes to Aoife McDowell. But two Bridget's ladies go over to mark her, and she's adjudged to be pushed in the back, and the referee gives a free in for the Rovers, so it could be their first opportunity for a score. It's a first down here. I'm looking at Mary. There's a barber at work on the sideline here in Gaelic Park, so you can come out here, you can play football, you can drink, you can eat, and now you can get your hair cut on the sideline by the man from Westport. Yeah, here he is.
The best driver of a golf ball.
The best driver of a golf ball in Chicago is right. Malcolm in the middle, we call him. Malcolm from Westport. Yeah. A goal for the Rovers there, fisted in. Sorry, as I was rambling on about Malcolm and his haircuts. The Rovers punched the ball into the net, so it's a goal to 3 points. It's a level game. Here, after about 10 minutes of this first half, ball comes out to the Bridges ladies, and they go on the attack through Emer. Emer gets it inside to Lara Keeley. Laura, but that ball is intercepted by the cornerback, Claire Fitzsimons, and it's out the far side, and it's deemed to be gone out over the sideline, and line ball for the Bridgets. So, yeah, a goal against the run of play there, but good opportunist goal. Here comes the Bridges once again with Ciara Bridges. Ciara's been bright in this opening 10 minutes, but it's cut out well there by Michaela O'Boyle. Michaela clears it, but only as far as Maddie Meehan. Maddie, another lady from last year's team.
That's a very good score.
That's a good score, is right, from Maddie. Puts it up and puts the Bridgets into a 1 point lead. A goal to 4 points. Yeah, sorry, that's Lana Curley. I couldn't read the writing there for a second, but anyway,
John Curley.
I expect she might be. She could be, John and Fiona.
She'd be good football, Monaghan and Mayo.
Absolutely.
Finish a game.
Absolutely. Fiona.
She will.
Fiona from Glenamoy and Mayo, and John from Monaghan. Fine footballer in his day with the Tones, but here comes the Rovers on the attack.
Open up.
And it's broken down there, and Bridget's clear it with Ciara Bridges once again. Ciara's working like a Trojan. Gets the ball back. And she gets it inside to Aisling O'Mahony. Aisling now kicks it high and kicks it wide.
Giving her an awful lot of praise if it's not her, because she's definitely an outstanding footballer. So
she
hopefully
certainly
it
is.
Ciara.
Yeah, the 12 for the Bridgets has been player of the match so far, anyways, for me. So this kick out now, it's come to the Bridgets once again, and it's Maddie Meehan. She gets the break to the number 12, who we think is Ciara Bridges, but Mary thinks it's not. But anyways, it's down on the sheet as Ciara, so we'll just go with Ciara. We're going to give her all the credit, whether it's her or not. And the referee says, hold on.
Look like her. Maybe it is her.
That's a free in, anyways, to the Bridgets, and Mairead Drouin steps up. That trademark step to the side, a bit like Johnny Wilkinson at the rugby, or Johnny Sexton of latter days. The result is pretty much.
Actually, we should get Ciara we should get Mairead to maybe teach Walsh how to kick a.
Yeah, Shane Walsh.
Walsh after today's performance.
I made the point at the time before he took
I
the.
was drinking a pint.
You were drinking a pint, and I was making a pint that Shane Walsh, and I don't want to be too critical, is a great footballer, no doubt about it, and a nice guy, but he should, I thought, put that ball on the deck and took it off the ground. Kicking that ball, he had kicked one before it, and it went up in the air, and the same result with that one, and it was a crucial free. It would have meant that Galway would have won the group. But anyway, on we go. That discussion, onwards and upwards, that discussion is for a later date. So Ciara, that's Ciara number 10. So Ciara is number 10, not number 12. We'll have
Val
to change
McMahon,
that.
you're fired.
So ball is intercepted there by Niamh Crowley for the Rovers. Gives a lovely ball in to her number 10, Bridget Murray. Bridget now bearing down on goal, right-footed kick, and it goes slicing off her right foot, and that's not a good wide.
It's a very entertaining game so far.
It's good in stuff, absolutely.
There's a lot of skill out there.
Yeah, some lovely
Imagine
footballers.
Me and you out there, Quinn.
Oh man, I wouldn't like to imagine it. 82 degrees of heat, and the two of us out there.
Even if it was 5 degrees of heat, the two of us out there wouldn't be great.
Yeah,
spectacle, I think.
Absolutely not. The bomber Quinn, and the pigeon Glynn. Yeah. So it wouldn't.
Quinn and Glynn.
Yeah, that's a lovely score there from the Rovers. Put over there by I think it was Bridget Murray. Finally, so it brings it 1-1 to 5 points, 4 points to 5 in favour of the Bridgets. But once again, here come the Bridgets on the attack. Mairead Rowan gets it around about the middle of the field. She gives it off to her corner forward, Aisling O'Mahony. Aisling then kicks it, and that's a beautiful score. Great score. That's the best score of the game, I think, so far, from about 35 yards out, an awkward angle, but she put it straight over the black spot. Beautiful score, 1 to 6 points. Kick out from Caitlin Fitzsimons, out in the middle of the field. Ball hops. Maddie Meehan collects it with that trademark sleeves rolled up of her jersey. But it's a poor pass, and it's intercepted by the Rovers, and here they come through Bridget Murray once again. Gives a nice ball inside, and the full forward is being pulled and dragged there, but she gets away. Tracy Hughes. Tracy gives it back outside to Bridget Murray. Bridget left-footed, but I'm afraid that was a
little bit too left-footed.
That was closer to the corner flag than the.
I think Val McMahon needs to be called out here because he gave us a team that's not even.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out names on team sheets here. Whoever wrote us like a spider got into a bowl of ink and ran across the sheet. Oh, jeez, that's a great shot, and it's off the post, off the upright, and it's gone out and gone wide. That was a vicious shot coming in there from one of the Bridges ladies. I think it may have been either Emer Kane or Ciara Bridges, I'm not sure. Anyway, ball is kicked out, and once again the Bridges. I'm not sure of anything, no. Roisin Murnan, another one of the stalwarts from the successful Bridges team last year, gets it in, but it's broken down once again. The Rovers' defence have gradually come into this. They've turned over quite a few balls the last 5 minutes or so, and Bridget Murray gets it up along the sideline here as far as Aoife McDowell. Aoife taking on the cornerback there. Jess has it and gets the better of her, but I'm afraid a bit of a hin's kick there, and it's gone straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Morgan Flynn then gets it out to Roisin Murnan.
Jesse Hassett is the only one that actually can put Brady in his place. The great Kevin Brady should put him in his place one night.
Is that right? To take doing all right. Here it comes now. This is dangerous looking, and it's into Ailish Bridges. Ailish gives it back to Maireadru, and she draws in it soccer style in the volley, but it just is blocked down by the Rovers defence, and well done again. Her second attempt was half blocked, and Caitlin Fitzsimons gathers it and clears it out the middle of the field, out as far as Zara Quish. Zara now takes the ball into contact, gets past Nicole Kane. Nicole, daughter of Trevor, of course, the great Trevor from Meath, Roy. And the Rovers on the attack once again now through Aoife McDowell. Aoife McDowell gets a nice ball inside, and she gets the ball back. Aoife back again. Going to be a second goal. Oh, it's well saved, but it was sort of half blocked down. And Ella Martin in the Bridget's goal made a decent save, even though it wasn't travelling very fast, but nonetheless she had to get down and save it. But here comes the Rovers once again through Teresa Hughes. Teresa then another poor wide from pretty much in front of the goal. Nikki, I'd say you'd have kicked that yourself.
I don't know now. I don't know whether to kick with the left or the right.
Yeah, I think
neither of them work too well.
No, yeah.
This mystery girl has it again, number 12.
Yeah, Emer Kane. We've sorted out the problem, I think.
To Trevor Kane, right?
No, not that we know of. Emer gives a lovely ball in towards.
That's a great point.
Yeah. That's Lana Kerley once again. So Lana, it's a lovely ball into her there from Emer, and she taps it over the bar and puts the score out 1-1 to 7 points. Then 4 points to 7. The Bridget's by 3. About halfway through this first half, then ball is gathered out there on the far side of the field by Emer Kane. Emer has support inside through Nicole Kane and loses it, unfortunately. Once again, the Rovers defence is playing well. Oh no, Jesus, the cornerback gets caught out with it. Michaela inside there gets caught out, and the Bridgets have it, and surely that's a free, and it is free down to the Bridgets, and surely that's another that's going to be another point for Mairead. It's meat and drink to a footballer of Mairead's ability.
I have to give a shout out to Mary Redmond for her fine camera work again today.
Absolutely.
And the dedication she puts in, and her assistant there, Mr. Paul Duggan, is over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, one of the all-time greats, Doogie, from the beautiful county of Waterford. Yeah.
Where?
Sunny southeast. Here comes the Rovers. Oh, Jesus. Maddie, you let it slip at the Arifa, you let it slip at the crucial time. Referee says, hold on. Ball not taken from the correct spot, so it'll be taken back to Roisin Murnan is going to take the sideline. She takes it in quickly, and it goes over the head of Emer Kane. Emer tries to win it back, but unsuccessful, and the Rovers come on the attack again. That's a good ball into the full forward line there, and fighting for it is Teresa Hughes, but Teresa just can't manage to get the better of Morgan Flynn. Morgan playing very well there in that full back line. And here come the Bridgets once again. Emer Kane gets it across to her corner forward, Aisling O'Mahony. Aisling into Mairead. Mairead now onto her left foot. Oh, that's a bullet of a goal. Absolute bullet of a goal.
Out of the top drawer.
Absolutely. A great move by the Bridgets. And John Bridges, I'm sure, will be very proud of that one. That was a great score. 1-7 to 1-1. 6 points the difference now. And that could be a crucial goal in deciding the outcome of this game. I'll have one. Ultra. Yeah.
I think it's a bit late. I think it's a bit late for the ultra now.
Yeah. Paul Duggan is asking us what we want to drink. I was tempted to have a hot whiskey, but I said no.
Even though it's sponsored by Guinness. But
yeah. Sponsored by Guinness is right. Thanks to Guinness for their very decent sponsorship.
Killing my liver. Thanks very much, Guinness.
And that's well cut out there by Mary O'Boyle. Quickly taken down. Here comes the Bridgets once again with Aisling O'Mahony. Aisling now, she's cutting right through the heart of this Rovers defence. She lays it off to Mairead Ruan. Mairead on that trusty right foot swings over a beautiful score. And really, Nicky,
she's Mairead, like the Messi of
she sure is.
Women's football for sure.
Yeah, she is surely. Yeah, we were nicknaming Trevor Kane the Pep Guardiola of Gaelic football.
Of coaching.
Of coaching, yeah. Well, if he's Pep, certainly Mairead is the Lionel Messi, that's for sure. But here comes the Bridges once again through Emer Kane. Emer now gets the ball onto the left foot, and it falls into the hands of Caitlin Fitzsimons in the Rovers goal, and she gets a right-footed kick out, but Jenna Ryan is first to the ball there, and she sets the Bridgets on the attack once again. She gives a low ball in towards Nicole Kane. Nicole slips initially, gets the ball back, fights for a bit of space, offloads it outside to Ailish. Ailish gets it back inside to Lara Kerley, and Lana puts it over the bar, and it's 1-8 now to 1-1. So 7 points the difference, Nicholas.
Yes, quite in fairness, this is like a sweat box here. I'd say you lose at least in fucking.
Yeah. That's a great save by Caitlin. Fair play to her. She was going backwards there at a rate of knots, and she just got her right hand to it, and it was heading for the top corner, but fair play to her. She managed to keep it out, ended up in the net herself, but stopped the goal anyway. So
I think the team are being coached by her father, Fitzy. I've seen him. That's the most exercise I've seen him doing in about 20 years.
Yeah. Fitzy from County Down, one of the great characters, ex-chairman of the North American board, of course, and great character. Another good score for the Bridgets, and that puts the score out now to 1-9 to 1-1, an 8-point lead as we approach half-time here, and certainly the Rovers need to get a couple of scores before half-time to try and have any hope in the second half. It's a foul there on the number 12, Aisling O'Callaghan. And Aisling said that was a bit high, and the referee says, yeah, you're getting your free, so come on with it. So then, free taken by Aoife McDowell, and she gives it off to Zara Quish. Zara now looks to take on a couple of the Bridget's girls, and that seems to be a free, and yeah, he gives it eventually. Took him a while to whistle for it. Mary O'Boyle there was stalled in her tracks with a shoulder to the front. So Mary takes it.
Same shoulder that she gave Brady a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I'd love to have seen that one.
The cold shoulder.
Yeah, I'd say Brady gets that a bit. But anyway, here comes the Bridgets once again. And it's Aisling O'Mahony. She's had a fine first half. She offloads it to Emer Kane. Emer being marked there by Mary O'Boyle, but still manages to get her shot away. And it's a good score from Emer. Lovely score from her. She's played well. 5 or 6 of the Bridgets. You could pick any of them for player of the match so far. And they've really made their possession count. Yeah. Here comes the Bridgets once again. Aisling O'Mahony over to Mairead. Mairead now on the right foot. That's a huge kick, but she just tugs it a little bit to the left of the left hand upright, and it's gone to the left and wide. So score remains a goal and 10 points for the Bridgets, a goal and a point to the Rovers, 9 points the difference. Quick kick out taken, and it comes to Ciara Murray. Ciara gives it off there to Bridget Murray. Bridget out the far side of the field. Gives a nice low ball in, once again, into the full forward Teresa Hughes, but Teresa fails to gather at the first or second attempt. And Sarah Imordano breaks it up. Imordano, not a typical stronghold Gaelic name, but nevertheless, she seems to be a fair parcel of goods. She's well able. Here come the Rovers though. Out the far side of the field with Caroline Kennedy. Caroline tries to get her shot away, but unfortunately for her, the Bridges defence snaps closed and the ball goes wide. Quick kick out taken, Roisin Murnan out this side, but it's well intercepted there by Aisling O'Callaghan. Aisling now, nice ball in to Bridget Murray. Teresa Hughes actually. Teresa now gets it off to her centre forward Ciara Murray, and Ciara once again very wasteful in front of goals. Fitzy will have to have a chat with them at half time to try and sharpen up their shooting, Nicky.
Is this their first game of the season? Oh, the Rovers have played.
Number 22 is in the Rovers team, Megan Morate. I'll tell you who went off in a minute. Anyway, here comes Emer Kane, left-footed over towards centre forward position. Mairead gets it. Mairead gives it off over the far side to Ciara Bridges. Ciara on the left foot this time, and that's drifted out on the wind, and it's gone to the left and wide. So both teams, I suppose, have had plenty of wides, Nicky, but really the Rovers have had chances and they've spurned them. They're just not making their possession count.
They have the possession of the ball, but they're just not making their...
Yeah, they're not making it count on the scoreboard.
Chances.
Ball kicked in once again by the Bridgets attack, and Aisling O'Mahony this time has a pot, but it's gone out wide. That's a poor kick out though, and it comes over there to Emer Kane on the far side of the field. She gives it into Ailish Rispin. Ailish now turns and gives it back to Aisling O'Mahony, and that is a good score. That is a good score indeed, and puts it out now to a 10-point game, 111 to 1-1, as we approach the half-time whistle. Maddie Meehan, Tigerish number 7, gets possession, but the referee says, call a halt, lads, it's half-time, time for the lemons and the water and whatever else they'll give them at half-time. So an entertaining first half here, folks. Bridget's 111, Rovers 1-1, an entertaining game. The Rovers had plenty of possession, but they just couldn't turn it into scores.
So maybe in the second half, if they have missed a lot of not easy chances, but a lot of chances, and the Rovers or the Bridgets seem to be able to take theirs.
Yeah, the Bridgets are very accomplished looking in front of goal. They take their chances very, very well. They're well coached, well drilled team. So
They have the experience. They've been here.
Yeah, they've been here before many times, and as I said at the start, they're going to be favourites, I think, for this ladies' championship this year. So I think by what we've seen in the first half, they're going to be tough to beat. So I see our hairdresser is back at work again here on the sideline, Malcolm.
Malcolm in the middle of the field cutting hair.
Yeah, he's playing a blinder here. This is called service with a smile. I've never seen a barber working like this before. Unbelievable. There you go, Malcolm. Yeah, the man from Westport. I
hope he can use the scissors better than he can use the driver.
Yeah, he'll cut your
man's head to be cut off.
Yeah, cut your hair, cut your throat, cut anything. So, anyways, Nicky, back to the senior championship this morning. As I said, Roscommon disappointing. Galway, really disappointing. Even though it was always going to be a tough battle with Armagh, but they had chances to win it. I mean, the score missed a penalty, missed some very scoreable attempts. Disappointing, really. I'm sure Pádraig Joyce will be scratching his head and saying to himself, how do we manage that? But
well, they were missing. They had a few changes before the game. They had
Comer was out.
Comer was out. He was a big loss, and for some reason, and I'm not knocking him because I never kicked a football in my life, but Shane Walsh, since he moved to Kilmacudds, I think with all the attention he got because he did it, I think he seems to be lacking confidence, even though they won the All-Ireland club. But since he's come back with the Galway this year, he hasn't lived up to the expectations.
No.
Especially the performance he put in the All-Ireland final. I mean, he still has the skill, it just seems to be lacking in confidence.
Yeah, and
hopefully he can get that back. But
I suppose there's another thing too, like, I mean, he's a marked man now in every game that he goes out in. There's probably two men double teaming him, and it's tough to get space. But yeah, I agree. I think, he looks a little bit lacking in confidence. He was taken off by Pádraig Joyce, in the Connacht Championship. And, I suppose he needs one big performance to get his game back on track.
His mojo back, yeah, I think
his mojo. Does. So, but it's a disappointing result for Galway. They looked, the way that they were, even though they haven't been terribly impressive, I thought they were playing well enough to win that group. And but today, I mean, just silly mistakes, especially that mistake that led to the free for Armagh that eventually was the winning score. I mean, that was a very poor error in the middle of the field where, the player didn't get to the bounce of the ball. It bounced over his head, and the Armagh lad was let clean through. So
yeah, that was a major mistake.
Major mistake.
In fairness to Armagh, they did what they had to do and they won the game. But I mean, I think in fairness, I think that guy that made the last tackle there should have probably got the red card for that challenge.
It was a dangerous challenge. He certainly went to take him out, and he hit the Galway lad in the chest, and the Armagh corner forward came out the worst of the whole lot because he got a right rattle to the head, and could have been badly injured. But yeah, that was a dangerous tackle, and the referee chose not to take any action. But once again, and you hate giving out about referees because it's a tough job. But I think what we're lacking in the refereeing stakes in all these games, and we can talk about it until the cows come home, is consistency. And I think referees need to be told by the referees board or committee or whoever is in charge. We have to make a stand on consistency, and whatever decisions. You come to at least be consistent about them and enforce them the same, throughout games, because I think that's the biggest frustration for players, is that, certain things are picked up on and others, similar offences aren't. So
I think today the referee, I'm not saying he did a bad job, but I think he was holding up play. He was giving away a lot of frees that unnecessary. I think he's just let the play flow.
Yeah, and
it would have been a better game. It just seems to be they're either one way they're
or the
giving
other.
Too many frees, and then they just give a blatant sending off. They miss it. They need to let the play flow a little bit more than it has been, because it's ruining the game.
And I think there's the one critical rule that would really benefit teams, after the foul takes place, is this advantage rule. And really and truly, referees, in my opinion anyway, a lot of them don't really know how to let advantage accrue. Oftentimes you'd see referees with their arm up, and a ball might break, and all of a sudden they'll blow the whistle, and a player could be clean through, or in a very good scoring position, and he'll decide to call them back for a free. So, there's certain inconsistencies there that is frustrating, I'm sure, for players, management, and supporters. So, it's something that I'd love the GA to really look at and really try and help referees with their decision making on the field.
I think the GA have an awful lot to look into, because this mark has gone past the joke. I think there was a Roscommon fella today, he just kicked past a 10-yard free or a 10-yard pass, and it was a mark. I mean, it's holding the whole game up, and the mark should be you should be able to kick it out past midfield, and if you catch it, then fair play. But a 10-yard kick pass should not be a mark.
Yeah, the incident in question, I think, involved Keane McKeown. Keane caught the ball, and it was a very short pass from I'm not sure who passed it to him, but yeah, I mean, the problem with that rule is that in a big game, and I mean all these games are big games, is that a huge game could be decided on something silly like that.
Right.
And I mean, it doesn't involve a whole pile of skill. It's a 10 or 12-yard kick pass to a fella that's in a couple of yards of space, and all of a sudden you're in a great scoring position, and that could be the difference between winning and losing some of these huge games. So I agree. I think the mark should be
at least should be above the shoulder or something, to catch it above the shoulder. I mean, if you kick it into some fella's arms, then that's
or else limited to in between the 45s or something like that.
Right. Should be a certain area where we catch the ball.
Yeah, try and encourage longer kickouts and good fielding. I think that's what was intended.
It seems to be. I didn't think it was. I wouldn't be an expert in anything, but I didn't think it was like that when they brought it out originally. But now it seems every kick pass of the game, if everyone played by the rules, the game would be stopped most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Final word about the other kind of team, Mayo. That was a terrible disappointing result for Mayo today. 6 points up, but 10 or 12 minutes to go, and ended up losing the game by 3 points. Now, I have made the point before that Cork are an up-and-coming team. I think that Cork are going to be a force again in the next couple of years, but really and truly, this was a game that Mayo should have closed out, and they didn't.
Well, they started off by hammering Kerry down in Killarney, or Tralee, one or the other, and now they're only coming in third place. I think they just took their eyes off the ball, in fairness. I think they were 6 points up with 13 minutes to go, and it was just probably a bit of lackadaisical that they let Cork back into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that result in Killarney probably, I won't say flattered, because they fully deserved to beat Kerry that day. Kerry were very flat, Mayo were excellent, but I think that may have, they might have lost the run of themselves with that result, because they were very flat against Louth, and today they didn't finish out that game at all. And once Cork's defence was well organised, Mayo have seemingly great difficulty in breaking down that type of defence. It was the same today against us in Castlebar when Roscommon beat them in the Connacht Championship. Roscommon's defence was very organised that day, and Mayo couldn't seem to break it down. So
there was a big not controversy, but there was a thing in the last minute of the game when there was a free, there was a free for Mayo, and a point would have got them through to the next round, but by a score difference. And I think Kevin McStay signalled to O'Shea to go for a goal, and Rochford signalled a point. So it seemed to be a mix-up communication between the manager and the assistant manager.
Complete.
I mean, a point over the bar. He should have given it to Ryan O'Donoghue, who kicked it over the bar, and Mayo would be that have topped the group, right? Yeah. Or they'd have been in second place.
Well, they'd have been in second. They'd have had a home preliminary quarter final. That would have been the difference. And it's a big difference for Mayo, because Mayo, I mean, it would have been a full house at McHale Park. A very difficult place to go when there's a huge partisan support like that. So it was a huge call and a big miss by McStay, especially because, I mean, he should have known. Stephen Rochford obviously knew the permutations, of getting that extra point.
Well, you think that the two of them would be on the same
hymn sheet?
Page.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was that was very poor.
You would hope that it wouldn't come into play in the future.
Yeah, Yeah, but again, again, a bit like Roscommon. I mean, you know, Mayo are on the road now next week, and there's some tough teams. I'm after getting a text message there from Aidan Desmond, the man from Bearings in County Cork, and Aidan just texted me, you could be on the way to Páirc Uí Chaoimh next week, and that's not a venue that I, as a Roscommon man, would fancy. I think Cork are going to be a tough nut to crack down in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. You know, so it's going to be fascinating tomorrow morning at 8:30 Irish time AM to see how this draw goes and who's going to be paired with who. Interesting, Nicky. I was listening to Lee Keegan and on the RT Sunday game today, and he said he would not be one bit surprised that it would be a Galway Mayo preliminary quarter final in Salt Hill, and it could well come to pass.
The way Lee was talking, I think he was hoping that they'll meet Galway, which
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it'll be some game because it'll be Galway will play Roscommon, Monaghan or Mayo, and I don't know which. They haven't a great record against Monaghan either, so
yeah.
No, they beat them this year in the league, but
yeah, it's going to be
touch and go whoever they get.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Pádraig Joyce. He's got to pick his troops up, and the same with every one of them. For Davy Burke, for McStay, for Kevin McStay. These three managers have a difficult task now to regroup their players, prepare them for another huge game next Sunday, and get them in the right frame of mind to take on whoever they're going to be taking on. And it's going to be a tough ask as well for all three kind of teams. So
Mary's trying to signal us to go back and talk about the.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll have to go back to these wonderful lady footballers and back on the field. And the second half just underway, a couple of minutes, and straight away Mairead Ruan has an opportunity to put 11 points between them, and it's kicked in. But once again, Caitlin Fitzsimon's not for the first time today. She gets a good strong hand on that right under her crossbar and manages to clear the ball out well and put the Rovers on the attack. But once again, out there in the middle of the field, Nicole Kane does very well, breaks up the attack and puts the Bridgets on the front foot. The ball comes to Ailish Rispin, and Ailish's kick is half blocked down, and the Rovers once again clear their lines. Long clearance down the middle of the field. Nicole Kane once again gives it to Mairead Ruan. Mairead now right-footed, gives a nice dinky little pass in towards Emer Kane. Emer now offloads it to Mairead Ruan once again, and that kick once again comes short into the goalie's hands, not for the first time today. Oh, that's a push in the back surely. And she says, not me, Jess Hassett, or it was you. And then it was a very obvious one, Jessie. I couldn't have done it any better. There is, yeah. She's out to impress today. And certainly this Bridges team look like a well-drilled outfit. So they're sending a signal out today to the rest of the ladies' teams, surely, as the Rovers then fight for possession there. And Aisling O'Callaghan in the middle of the field, but she loses out on this occasion. And streaming forward now for the Bridgets is Ciara Bridges. Ciara gets it back to Emer Kane, and Emer puts it high off that left boot and puts it straight over the bar. Lovely score there from Emer. Yeah, Mary just reminded us there that the Rovers won the intermediate title, of course, last year. That memorable finals day here at Gaelic Park in Chicago, and therefore graduated up to senior. But it's a tough graduation. Baptism of fire here against a very seasoned senior Bridget's outfit. Ball is kicked across by Nicole Kane, loose pass, but it comes good in the end from Mairead Ruan. Mairead gives it off to her corner forward, Aisling O'Mahony. Aisling has been excellent in that first half. She regains possession, lost it initially, gives it into the corner forward there. Ailish kicks it to the left or to the right and wide. I think the 14 and the 13 is mixed up as well. 14 is definitely Ailish.
Ailish is full forward there. Yeah.
Here comes the Rovers, but once again, it's going to be a free down there. And Maddie, or actually it was Roisin Murnan that was fouled there. So here comes Jenna Ryan, fists it off to Ciara Bridges. She in turn gives it to Aisling O'Mahony. Aisling, this jinking corner forward, gives it back to Nicole. Oh, it's off the post there by Eilish. Oh, Eilish. Johnny, I hardly knew you. Almost. But nearly never, you know what of the cow, Nicky. No, no more than myself. Happy Father's Day to all those daddies out there today. Pat Cronin, I know, is meeting up with his family later on, and he's going for dinner. And happy Father's Day. Seen James Rabbit there in Lanigan's this morning. He was celebrating Father's Day as well. So all the fathers out there, a very happy day, and hope you have a nice, relaxing time with your families. Here comes Mairead once again, but the referee calls it back, and it's going to be a foul, and it's a free in to the Bridgets. 112 to 1 point. No, sorry, 112 to 1-1. 11 points the difference, and surely this is going to be 12 in a minute. Thanks to Paul Duggan for supplying the
after the refreshments.
The refreshments here for the commentary team. And that's a point by Mairead. Long kick out, taken, and it bounces over all the midfielders' heads and eventually comes out to Ciara Murray. Ciara gives it inside to Tracy Hughes. That's back to the number 11, Ciara Murray once again. So she started it and she finished it, and it's a good point for the Rovers. That's the first point of their second half, so they tack on another score. But the Bridgets immediately get the quick kick out going, and it's Emer Kane over there the far side, and referee says go back and take that free again from the right position. Jenna Ryan doing a few stretches there. Nicky, if we could ever be that limber again, we'd have some golf game.
I don't think we were ever that limber.
Yeah.
We need more comfortable stools here.
Yeah. No, we. Oh Jesus! Then things are like glue pots. It's hard to get off them stools. Here come the Bridgets once again, and oh Jesus, over Soto there. Aisling O'Mahony once again tormenting the Rovers' defence. Jenna Ryan is free out this side of the field, and she's battling for possession there with Catherine Kennedy, or Niamh Crowley actually. It is Niamh Crowley. And the sideline ball is going to go to the Bridgets. And it's going to be Ciara Bridges, I think, that's going to come across and take it. And it's back here to Emer Kane. Emer now lays it off to Mairead Rowan. And that kick by Ciara Bridges is gone high and wide. Kick out by Caitlin Fitzsimons. Hops in the middle of the field, and it comes to the substitute, Emily Grasby. Jesus. God bless her. Every letter in the alphabet. Emily, I'm just going to call you. But it's a free down to the Bridgets. And
is that the crow catcher with the Mayo jersey on him? He looks like Aidan O'Shea. He's just as useless as him as well.
Poor old Colin. Yeah. Proudly wearing his Mayo colours. But unfortunately for them, they were lowered today by Cork. That's a wide there from Eilish Rispin, I think. And Down here, Aoife McDowell looking for the quick free, or the quick kick out. She gets it coming her way. Emily is there though, and Emily gets it, but the referee says, hold on, you threw that to Jenna Ryan, and it's going to be a free back down to the Rovers. And Mary O'Boyle with the blonde hair is going to take it. That's a good pass, lovely pass down as far as Bridget Murray. Bridget, though, unfortunately for her, did not do the same thing. She gives the hospital pass and it goes straight to a Bridget's girl. And Ciara Bridges with it, gives it off to Jenna Ryan. Jenna, very athletic looking, and gives it back to Ciara Bridges. Gives a nice ball across, but nobody is there but Ailish Rispin gets on the end of it eventually, and she goes for goal, and it's just deflected out to the left of the goal for a 45. Score remains 1-13 to the Bridgets, 1-2 to the Rovers. 11 points the difference, and it's really been as you were, Nicky, since the break.
It seems to be they're keeping that 9 to 10 points between the two teams, so they're keeping it nice and safe.
Yeah.
It's still a competitive game, but it's just...
Yeah, I mean, the Rovers will improve, I'm sure, for this game. They'll take a lot of positives out of it, and that's a lovely score over there, I think, by Ailish. They've done a lot of good things. Their execution in front of goal has let them down, and they haven't been able to convert their possession, quite an amount of possession too, into scores. So that's probably where they'll really have to work on. But here they come on the attack once again through Zara Quish. Zara now being tackled here by Jenna Ryan, and the referee says too hard, and it's going to be a free in to the Rovers. And out around the 45 metre line. Free is quickly taken there by Bridget Murray, gives it to Aoife McDowell. Aoife, though, takes too much out of it, and the referee says, I think he's going to throw it up. 11 and a half minutes, almost 12 minutes gone in this second half. Thank you, Annie. Annie Redmond doing timekeeping duties and water running, and the ball is eventually broken out over the far side of the field there, and it's a nice score from Bridget Murray for the Rovers. Brings their total up to 1 goal and 3 points. The Bridgets then won 14, so 11 points the difference. Quick kick out taken, and Mairead Ruan back in her own full back line all over the field. Gives it to Ciara Bridges. Ciara now runs into heavy traffic, and Bridget Murray remonstrates with the referee, but the referee says, no, you fouled her, and that's it. Maddie Meehan over the far side of the field gives it to, eventually it breaks here to Aisling O'Mahony. Aisling puts down the gas pedal and turns on her right foot, but it's gone straight up into the air, and Caitlin Fitzsimons comes out with the ball and gives a lovely pass, lovely kick pass to her midfield partner Zara Quish. Zara gives a nice ball down as far as Aoife McDowell. Aoife then right footed, but that's well broken away once again by Morgan Flynn. Morgan playing very well in that full back line, but the Rovers have it once again, and they attack through Teresa Hughes, and Teresa's brought down on the 21, and it's going to be a free in, and surely another score for the Rovers. So they're beginning to put a few more passes together and look a little bit more dangerous. Nice attack there from the Rovers, and just broke down in front of goal, but it's a foul and it's a free in. So Ciara Murray kicks it right footed over the bar. That's a good score. (1-4 to 1-14), 10 points the difference here at Chicago Gaelic Park. Big shout out to my sister Kate. She's well, she told me she's 21 years young today. I believe her. So happy birthday to Kate.
Yeah, well, that's a bit late now when your mother tell you it was her birthday in the first place.
Yeah, not the best now for these birthdays, unfortunately. But anyways, nonetheless, a very happy birthday, and hope she has a great day and a great night. And well done to her daughter Hannah, who completed her Leaving Cert on Friday, and I believe went out celebrating last night. So well done to Hannah, and indeed all the students back there in Ireland doing the Leaving Cert these days. And my other niece, Emma, hopefully she's finished tomorrow. So best of luck. And Mary's son Jack done his junior cert, so congratulations, Jack, and the best of luck with that. Looking forward to hearing how you get on in the coming months. Looking forward to seeing Jack shortly with the help of God. Greg Gosson came up to visit me in Tulsk one time. Himself and his mom. We had a great time in Connor's pub in Tulsk.
Influence on him, I'd say.
I was indeed. Yeah, there you go. Great Gosson. So, yeah.
He actually came up to visit me as well. A very nice influence, in fairness to him.
No, I don't know, could you call that a visit, or was it a threatening visit maybe, or something like that? But yeah, so the best of luck to all the students at home this summer. It's a big few weeks for them, and yeah, life sort of deciding a couple of weeks for their futures and academic and work futures and all that sort of stuff. So the best of luck to all concerned anyway, and you'll never find it. Another week or so you'll be all finished and can enjoy the summer. So we've got a free in for the Rovers. Ciara Murray to take it, and that's deflected out off a defender there, but Teresa Hughes has it, puts her head down, and she's pulled direct there by Morgan Flynn, but it comes back to Ciara Murray, and that's a good save once again on the line by Ella Martin. Ella has made a couple of decent saves there today. She hadn't a whole pile to do during the game, but here comes the Rovers once again, and Ciara Murray, she's had a great second half so far, onto the left foot, and a great block down there by Roisin Murnan, and Roisin eventually gets the breaking ball and she bursts out with it. Great defending there, but she's hauled to the ground. No free, says the ref, and the Rovers kick in a high ball there, but it's deflected from Ella Martin's grasp, and it's bobbling around the penalty area, and eventually it's cleared out this side of the field to Emily, and out it comes now over this side to Ciara Bridges. Eventually Ciara up along this sideline, tackled as she kicked the ball, but referee lets it go. Mairead Ruane gets it, and she in turn gives it off to Emer Kane. Emer receives the return pass onto her left foot, kicks it high, and it hits the post and drops in over the bar. That's a nice score from the Bridgets. Puts their total.
The Bridgets seem to be able, when they go for this, they get the scores.
Yeah, they're much more efficient, I think, is the term that they use.
Labouring a little bit trying to get a score.
Yeah, their conversion ratio, isn't that the stat they use now, Nicky? Seems to be much higher.
Earlier,
yeah, seems to be certainly a lot higher than the Rovers. So free down, Ciara Bridges gives it to to Mairead. Mairead Ruane, right-footed, right across the far side of the field to Emer Kane. Emer, with that cultured left foot of hers, gives a nice pass to Aisling O'Mahony. Aisling leaves it behind her, marked by Claire Fitzsimons. Aisling gets the better of her, gives it off to Ailish Rispin. Ailish can't get it at the first attempt, and it's taken off her there by Mary O'Boyle. Mary gets it cleared, but only down as far as Emer Kane. Emer to Mairead, Mairead to Jenna, Jenna back to Emer Kane. Emer now gives it off to the number 15, Aisling O'Mahony, but Aisling's kick is like my bid for the county council one time, unsuccessful.
Very unsuccessful.
Yeah. The Lord save us and bless us. Oh, that's a nice pass, but it's well cut out there by Megan Flynn. The two Flynn girls in the full back line for the Bridgets. Very tight defenders, playing very well.
The only way you would top the pole was if you were working with the SB, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
And imagine you trying to, they'd have to get a crane to get you up.
They were memorable times. 1999, Roscommon local elections. Yeah.
You got 3 votes. The mother and the two sisters.
I don't know if they even voted for me.
Oh, I didn't go to vote.
Yeah, they were the days. Yeah. Fianna Fáil, myself and Sean Doherty, the great Sean Doherty, R.I.P. and Charlie Hahey, the Lord save us. We were some team.
Three lovable rogues.
Oh, Lord save us. Anyway, the Rovers have a free, and that ball is given inside there, and it's Jenna is losing the run of herself a little bit. There's a foul there on Aisling O'Callaghan, and it's going to be a free in then for Ciara Murray. Ciara, she's had a great second half. She's been very lively, and here she comes now, puts it down on the deck, chips it, and that goes over the bar, does it? Or is it wide? It's wide.
Hey, Doug, when you put on an old cap there, you're going to roast. What about...
We wouldn't be thirsty with you around.
There. What's wrong?
Liam O'Brien from Cork, one of the all-time greats, out here supporting the teams on this beautiful day, Father's Day, here in Gaelic Park in Chicago, as the Rovers come on the attack once again. But Morgan Flynn and Megan is back there defending hard, and they eventually get it cleared, and they try and work it down this side of the field now, and there's a foul there on Jess has it. Jess, tenacious footballer with that red head, very distinctive, but this time the ball is cut out by Michaela Boyle. Michaela gives the ball off there to Aoife McDowell. Aoife, nice little shimmy there, buys a few yards for herself, and she gets it off to the substitute, Megan Morate. Megan with a high right-footed kick, but it's gone to the right and it's gone out wide. Score remains then 1-15 to the Bridgets, 1-4 to the Rovers, 11 points the difference, and pretty much reflecting the way the game has gone. Rovers have been wasteful in front of goal, not been able to convert their possession, but the Bridgets much more efficient, and very classy looking, well drilled outfit, this Bridgets team. Here they come on the attack once again, and this corner forward, Aisling O'Mahony, she's been very impressive today. Another right footed kick from her, and just goes out left and wide, but she's created a lot of chances for herself. And
the bank is calling you again, Gwen.
Yeah, Tom Gillen calling me, no doubt, listening in. Sorry, Tom, we'll have to call you back. Listening in on the airwaves today. That's well cut out by Nicole Kane. Nicole, manager down in the tiny tap down in the Riverwalk in Chicago. Beautiful bar if you're ever downtown. Tip in there for a drink. Lovely place, lovely scenery, lovely house. Anyway, ball is kicked up along to Aisling O'Mahony once again. This number 15, she's everywhere. She offloads it. Another sub in there is Ciara Hosty. Ciara loses possession momentarily, but it's picked up again by Maeve Carroll. Maeve now, her kick is intercepted though once again by Caitlin Fitzsimons, who's had a great game and goal in fairness for the Rovers. She's played very well, her kick-outs have been good. And here comes the Rovers once again. Zara Quish, she's had a good game around the middle of the field. She's worked hard, got on a lot of ball. She gives a high ball in there, and here comes Ciara Murray now. She's bearing down on goal. Oh, she just pulled it left and wide.
I want to give her a late call out, a Bertie call out to Mo Lawless there. She's just turned, I think it's 21 or something.
Yeah, she might be.
Her and the kids and to Timmy and.
Yeah, that's right. Mo, one of the great characters of the South Side, and great old character.
I was told.
Oh, she's listening in. Yeah, big shout out to Mo and a big happy birthday to you. And hello to Timmy as well. I know he's relaxing, Father's Day. I think they're going for dinner later, so hopefully might see you later on for a quiet one. As Tom O'Connor would say, a little swifty. Quinny, let's have a little swifty then.
When is that little leprechaun going home?
Tommy is leaving us on Tuesday, I believe.
John.
Yeah. And Johnny, I call him Dale. Of course, an uncle of Sinead Chambers and Geraldine Godfrey. An uncle, John Connor. Great character.
That's another girl that got away on you, Quinn.
I know, wasn't she lucky? Yeah.
Another one with a lucky escape.
Very great character. One of the great women of Chicago in her day. And she's back now in Brickens. And she's recovering from hip surgery. So a big hello to Ger and to Maureen and to Jerry down there in Brickens. Hopefully be seeing you in the next month or so. So
you're going to bring the busload of old ladies down to see them.
Absolutely. It's going to be like
Mary doesn't know this, but Quinn is going to Ireland to drive about 20 old ladies around Ireland for 2 weeks. That should be interesting.
It's going to be awesome, Nicky. It's going to be awesome.
If Roscommon get to an All-Ireland semi-final, see an old bus pulling up outside Crow Park with about 20 old
That's right. There'll be
Zimmer frames trying to get into Crow Park. Should be a good one.
They'll be told to walk up and down Jones's Road for 4 or 5 hours. God help them if we win.
Well, I think they're safe.
So break and play there for a bit of treatment to Emer Kane. 25, almost 26 minutes gone in the second half. Thanks, Annie. Oh, geez, the ball goes in and it goes straight into the back of the net. And a bit like the first goal for the Rovers, direct from the free kick, more or less. And a bit of a mix-up in the Bridget's defence. And it's another... Oh, geez, another goal. Oh, my God. 2 goals in 30 seconds for the Rovers.
A big lapse in concentration there.
Huge lapse. And the Bridget's defence just standing up, looking. And poor kick-out from Ella Martin straight to the Rovers girl, and she just put it into an empty net. And wow, what a turnaround. Now we have a game on our hands. It's 3 goals and 4 points, 13 points to 1 goal and 15 points, 18 points. So 18 points to 13, 5 points the difference now. But here comes the Bridgets through Aoife O'Mahony, and Aoife puts that wide. That's wide, is it?
I don't think the umpire knows himself what it is.
Yeah, and looking at him there. I think it is wide. Yeah, they're not flagging it, so it's wide. But, here come the Rovers once again. Ciara Murray. She's been a constant thorn. Oh, that was a poor pass. She had the Bridget's defence stretched a little bit. Jessie tries to make it, but she can't beat Aoife McDowell to the ball. Aoife gets it off to Zara Quish. Zara now working her way through. Oh, the referee says you overcarried. And she looks at him with a stare that had cut you in 3. Wow. That's a harsh enough decision, I thought, there now. But anyway, it's free down to the Bridgets, and it'll give them a little bit of respite after that thunderstorm of a couple of minutes there where they conceded 2 goals. So here they come. And over there, oh geez, that's an awful pass as well from Maddie Meehan. Didn't expect that offer. The Rovers are coming hard at them now. Bridget Murray. Bridget collects it at the second attempt. She's tackled by 2 players, and the referee has the hand up, and he's going to give a free into the Rovers here. And this will trim the lead to 4 points, Nicky.
4 points with about 4 minutes to go, right?
Yeah. So
I think the Bridges should still be over the line, but
they should be.
It's going to be close.
Yeah. Their defence seems very open there in the last few minutes when the Rovers players are running hard at them.
I think they just took their eye off the ball there for a few minutes and it just backfired on them. Now it's down to 4.
The ball is kicked in and it's kicked over the bar. So 3-5. That's 14 points to 115-18. So it's 14 plays 18 with about 3 or 4 minutes to go. Another poor kick out, really. Not giving the Bridget's girl any real chance, but Jenna Ryan does really well there to come in and steal that ball from Ciara Murray. She gives it back inside to Roisin Murnan. Roisin now gets it out to Mairead Rowan. Mairead, daughter of Mary. and fine footballer. Real leader of this Bridget's team in the centre forward position. Eventually the ball breaks and it's Emer Kane with it. Emer now beats her marker and gets it across to Aisling O'Mahony. Aisling, arguably the player of the match so far. That ball is kicked in, but very easily blocked down there by the Rovers defence. And Michaela O'Boyle out there gives a left-footed kick, but it's gone astray and it goes straight to Mairead Ruan. Mairead now, she gives it off towards Ailish Rispin, I think. Oh, Jesus. Testing the metal of those Bridget's jerseys. Good story about John Bridges. He managed to get jerseys from O'Neill's. They were picked up in Dublin last Friday, and they were landed in Chicago yesterday afternoon. Bridges is certainly no mean organiser. He can take care of it. Got the jerseys here just in time, and very nice looking jerseys they are as well, from O'Neill's Sportswear in Tyrone.
Hopefully they'll have your size, John.
Yeah, I'm down to a silage cover now, medium silage cover. My low carb diet, and the referee blows the final whistle, folks, and game finished up 117 to 3 goals and 5 points.
It was a very spirited comeback there by the Rovers.
Yeah, it was a spirited fight back. In fairness to them, they worked hard in that second half. Now they need to work on their shooting. They kicked away a lot of possession, kicked wides from very scoreable positions. But they'll take something out of this game. I mean, they're playing the flag bearers, the Bridgets, as I said, are favourites for this championship. So you know they've a lot of positives to take out of this game, and they've something to go and work on now. Fitzy and his team. But an exciting game nonetheless, and well done to both teams for serving up a very entertaining game of football.
Now at least we'll be able to maybe have a conversation with John Bridges tonight, but if they lost that game, I don't think you could go within a nasty roar of them.
Oh, absolutely not. There'd be no chat. No way.
Annie, our timekeeper here, said there was only 1 minute of
overtime
injury time.
Yeah, it seemed a bit premature. But anyway,
Val McMahon again.
That is the end of our first game, folks. Our second game is a senior men's championship game between the Wolf Tones and the Parnells. Very important game for the Parnells. They certainly don't want to lose this one because they could be in danger of going out of the championship. So it's an exciting prospect. So join us in about 10 minutes or so for the second of our feature